Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed is a spiritual crossing of the threshold to the world of being a truly expanded human being. Join mediums Cheryl and Kelley for conversations about discovering deep spirituality, developing your intuitive and empathic skills, and personal mediumship. Each episode will focus on tips, tools, and techniques to help you understand and expand your own inner gifts of life journey. Now, your host of Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed, Kelley and Cheryl.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Seeing Beyond, Living Transformed. Cheryl is out of the country this week, so I have the amazing Lauri Albert to be a co-host with me. So thank you so much, Lauri, and welcome to the show. We love you.
Nice to be back, and it's good to see you. Yay!
Yes. And so today we're going to continue on the topic that we've been kind of talking about all of December. Really, it's just about holidays and being an empath and how to deal with this overwhelming amount of energy that we're dealing with shopping and family and all of that crazy stuff that we have to deal with, and being sensitive and just great tools and tips. And, I think Lauri and I are going to take a few readings a little bit later in the show. So we'll give you guys a link to join us. So stay tuned and listen in. And when we announce the readings, we'll put a link for you guys. Okay. How are you today, Lauri? Thank you.
I am so good. Thank you for having me. Oh my God, you know how much I love to talk. So
I know, right? Me too.
I just love talking about anything spiritual. So.
Yes, it's amazing and it's fun. And it's like, I feel like it helps so many other people to, just hear everyday conversations that we even as spiritual people have, but maybe they understand and resonate with.
Yes, absolutely. And check this out. So today is the full moon, or tonight, this evening, in about 4 hours is full moon.
That's why I'm so energetic.
I don't know about you. You tell me what you're having happen. But normally when there's a full moon, I am just like exhausted and I need to go to sleep and it's just whatever. But this full moon, I don't know what's going on, but I am feeling so optimistic. But yet at the same time, I'm feeling so overwhelmed emotionally. Now, I will say that this coming Friday is the anniversary of my mother's transitioning. So there's that.
Yeah.
But isn't it crazy? This energy is totally different than the normal full moon. Are you sensing that too?
Well, I normally on a full moon, I am super energetic, and it is always the best time to do readings for me.
Oh,
I am so open and I don't sleep, and I've always been that way. But this particular moon, I don't know what it is. I'm not an astrological, I read all that stuff, but I'm not don't know it all. But this particular full moon, I have been overly emotional. I mean, I'm super needy. I told my husband today all day, I'm just so needy. I made him drive me. I'm so needy. He drives me everywhere mostly, but I could have driven myself. But I just said to him, I feel like I need you to drive me. I just feel very needy, very clingy. And I've not normally like that on full moon. So I do think there is something different going on in the universe right now with the stars and where they're lining up. But it is a good emotion. I mean, it's making me feel things that maybe I've been avoiding, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
Right?
Always a good thing.
Right. And so it's been I've been taking care of things that I normally procrastinate or put off. So that's a good thing. And maybe that's why I'm a little bit more emotional. But yeah, I have noticed that. And it is the holiday time. I tend to get a little sensitive in December because I really miss my son. And my daughter's not talking to me right now. And those things are difficult. Families are hard.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that we mend things before the holidays. But as a mom, you get emotional.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? And I'm sure my daughter's not listening, so I can say this. But but my daughter, I've been having this I am not lying, the last 2 or 3 nights, dreams about how much she just does not like me. Just it's oh my gosh, and it's
yours too. Mine doesn't like me, and she's made it very clear I'm too positive. And that annoys her. She says
Oh
to me, she's a
no.
realist and this world sucks. And that the sooner I understand that, the better I'll get along with her or something like
How
that.
old is she?
24.
Oh, mine's 25. I get it.
Well, yeah, she's been through a lot, and I'm not going to talk about her, but she's been through a lot of trauma. And
Yeah.
I have a lot of, love for her, and I'm giving her this time, and I just
Yeah.
pray that she,
Yeah.
gets through it. It's
Yeah.
difficult when you're young and you lose a lot of people that you love in your
Yeah.
family, like a brother and a father and friends and
Mhm.
so on.
Right.
It's a
Right.
difficult
Yeah.
time for anybody. So
Yeah.
I think, I like to think I'm not a perfect mom, but I she feels safe enough to push me away and know that I'll
Mhm.
always be there, if that makes sense.
You know what? That's so cool that you just said that because, and just a little FYI, my daughter has lost some people in her life too that were like it,
Significant.
like dramatic. Like she
Right.
knew people years ago, actually maybe like 8 years ago. She knew people that died in the Bangladesh shooting. It was a
Oh
terror
my
act of terror.
gosh.
She actually, yeah, was good friends with a couple. So she's known people that have died in like a really traumatic
Traumatic.
way.
Yeah.
As it's horrible. So when you said that about having that trauma, I thought, oh my gosh, because yes, there are times when it's kind of comes back to you. So
Right.
thank you for saying that, because actually that makes me feel as sad as that sounds, it makes me feel better, because you're right. She feels comfortable enough to just say, okay, well,
Push me
whatever it
aside.
is,
Yeah. And say, I need the space to figure things out on my own,
Yeah.
because we don't see things the same. And I can't
Yeah.
force her to be optimistic and positive like
Right.
me.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. I didn't raise her that way. I raised her to be, think for herself. I raised her to be independent. So
Yeah.
of course she's going to do how I raised her, and
Yeah.
that's on me. And
Yeah.
I'm proud of the way I raised her, because she
Yeah.
stands up for what she believes in. She
Right.
stands up for what she thinks is right. And so at
That's
this
so great.
point, she believes that I am toxic with my positivity. She's
Yeah.
into that toxic
Ugh.
positivity. But I
I have
personally,
such a whole thing about that
me
whole
too, but I think it's a real thing on social media that is not, like, I think it's causing more problems than it is good.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Because honestly, I've been the optimist since the day I was born.
Yep.
I will never change. I will
Mhm.
always find the positive in everything. That's who I am. That's how
Yep.
I survived my life. That's how
Yep.
I survived the holidays.
Yep.
Life is not easy, and we can find lots of negative things, but I choose to find the positive, because there
Yep.
are so many beautiful, positive things in this world that
Yes.
even with losing my son, I'm so grateful I was his mother. I'm
Yeah.
grateful of all the lessons he taught me.
I love that.
And I
Oh, Kelly,
continue to be
that
in
is
great gratitude to him,
yeah.
because he works with me. I
Yeah.
am not going to focus on that loss.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
not going to focus on that sadness, even though it's always there.
Yeah. Of
I know
course.
that that's not what I'm supposed to do. But,
Yeah.
her generation, I think this younger generation, there really is a focus on there's too much positivity and we need to really, I don't know. I don't understand it.
I
But
don't understand it either.
it's not survival mode in my book. There can never be too much positivity, right?
I agree. And you know what? If I look at it like this. We have a choice. We can
Yeah,
either like be positive and find solutions and be goal oriented, or we can just sit in the negative.
right.
And I just can't
I
sit in
can't
that
do
negative.
that either.
Now, I will say this week I was having this little Lori P party this week a
Me
little bit, right?
too. Me too. I
But
got
but you know what? I pulled myself out of that because
Mhm.
I don't like sitting there. I would
No.
much rather be toxic. Oh, I had a whole big thing with a friend about the whole toxic. And
Oh,
it's just like, you know what? I'd rather be happy and positive.
then
That's the way to manifest and get
pissy
stuff
and
done, right?
but that's not saying we don't feel our emotions.
Of
That's not
course.
saying we don't accept that
Yeah,
pain, because
absolutely.
every day I'm in pain,
Yeah,
but
of
I choose to
course.
take that pain and do something positive with it, because that
Right.
feels better than
Right.
sitting and mulling in it and
Right.
saying, oh,
Right.
this life sucks and this world sucks. Because
Yeah.
really, there's so many beautiful things in this world. I just got back from Sedona. Okay, let me just say, it was a grief retreat that I worked at. And it
Oh,
was so incredible. And I love Sedona. And it was so healing. And
yeah.
so, we don't have to sit in our grief and be miserable and our life is over. It doesn't have to be that way. We
Yeah.
don't have to be, just because we don't align with everybody in our family doesn't mean we have to stop seeing them. We
Yeah.
just have to learn boundaries. We have to learn how to manage that energy and respect each other, right?
Yes.
And that's what's
100%.
wrong with our world, is that nobody wants to respect each other, it feels like
Yeah.
sometimes. So I feel like toxic positivity is bullshit. There's
Yeah.
no such thing as that. Positivity is always positive.
Totally agree. I know. What's
Right?
wrong with being positive? Oh my God. I mean, I still see everything that's going on.
Mhm.
I just choose to look at it in a
With a
happier
different view, right? It's
Yeah.
all about your perspective and
Yeah.
how you receive that information.
Yeah. Yeah.
And would you rather receive it and be miserable, or would you rather receive it and find the positive in it and find something good to become of it?
Well, and that is all leads to this. We have a choice. We have choices. We can live our lives to the fullest
Yes.
and sit in that optimism, and we
Right?
can sit in the happy. Like, doesn't it feel better to be happy than it does to sit in the sad?
Yes.
I mean, it
I
does.
mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
mean we don't get sad.
Right.
I
Of
was
course.
crying today. I got frustrated because I'm having knee issues and I'm having a lot of stress with Kaiser, and I've
Mhm.
had to go and file complaints, and that can be stressful. And I sat and cried today
Yeah.
for like 30 minutes. And
Mm.
and just it was just, I expressed my pain,
Yeah.
but I'm
Yeah.
moving on past it, and I'm doing something about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
Absolutely.
we do.
Mhm.
But it doesn't just because we're positive doesn't mean we don't acknowledge the pain.
Right. Right. 100%. And here's the thing, for people to get through this season, I used to, oh my gosh. So I'm the type of person, I don't necessarily, I mean, I care what I look like, obviously, and I care what I have on and all that kind of stuff.
Right. You're
I
beautiful.
swear to you, I mean, I'll go into the closet on a daily basis, pick out my clothes, and then leave. But when it's coming to Thanksgiving and Christmas, when I know who I'm going to see, and I know that they always dress really well,
Yeah.
right? It'll take me an hour and multiple outfits to pick. And I'm thinking, and I hate that I do that,
I
right?
do it too. So I don't think you're the only one.
Oh, golly. And it's just
It is what it is.
family. I mean,
Yeah.
I need to get over that. But it's like, it makes
You
me,
don't need to get over it. What's wrong with wanting to feel good and look good? There is nothing
well,
wrong with
no,
that.
for me, it's not a matter of wanting to, it's like, what are they, this is where it comes in. What are they going to think of me? Okay. Now, normally I'm just like, this is me. I don't care. And if you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I'm
Right.
okay with that. But that whole little thing creeps into my head of like, what are they going to think of me? Are they going to think that my clothes are tattered? Are they going to think that my colors don't match? Are they going to think that, whatever? Like, I can't wear high heels anymore. I have arthritis in my feet.
Right. I know. I
got
have a hard time with
heels.
heels too.
More power to you if you can wear the heels. I can't.
Well,
It just makes me giggle.
Here's the
So,
thing. I'm the same way, but to me, I'm doing it for myself, not for anybody else.
and I have to keep saying that to myself.
And my husband, he hates the makeup. He hates it when I put my hair up and do it all pretty. Like, I like it.
Aw,
But
think
I
it was
tell him
pretty.
it's not for you. It's for me.
Yeah.
Like, it makes me feel better. And
Yeah.
that's all it's about. Like, I don't do it for other people. I do
Yeah.
it so that I feel confident. I
Yeah.
get made fun of because I love to dress up and do my hair for holidays, because my sisters are like, so down to earth and plain Jane. And they call me Barbie. They call me middle-aged Barbie. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, they're so mean. But you know what? I don't care because I
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
And it's about me and
Yeah.
nobody else. And I could
Right.
care less what anybody thinks about me because
Right.
I'm happy. And
Yeah.
maybe they're not as happy as me. And that's why they like to complain about us.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you want to hear the interesting thing, specifically this year on Thanksgiving, because now, mind you, we haven't gotten to Christmas yet, right?
Yeah.
On Thanksgiving, I was in my closet doing that, oh gosh, thing, And all of a sudden I thought, and I got to that place of like, you know what? I'm going to feel comfortable and I'm going to
Yes.
feel good.
Yeah.
And to hell with the rest of it,
Mhm.
So that's what ended up happening. So I felt good, and you know what? The whole rest of the night, I felt really good. Although I will say, this this is so cool. I mean, it's cool that I recognized it. We walked in and there was like 19 people in there in this house, right?
Oh my
And
gosh.
bless her heart, she is the lady that does this. Is my sister-in-law. She's awesome. She does everything so beautifully every year. The food has always
Wow.
been, I mean, everything is fantastic. But there was so many people in there. I forgot to protect myself. And this is what I think we should talk about,
Yeah. And
for
let's
people.
talk about this. Yes.
I forgot to protect myself before I walked in there. And I have to tell you, we walked in and I was like, whoa. I mean, there was so much energy and and it was loud and it was like, whoa. And so I remember kind of going, whew. So I walked outside and I thought to myself, okay, we need to protect ourselves a little bit here. I think I need to protect myself,
Yes.
that sort of thing. So I had to go do that. And it was crazy. I mean, the energy. Wow.
Right?
So
It can be overwhelming. I agree.
yeah.
I am doing a big Christmas. We are combining two families for the first time ever.
Oh
My
wow.
nephew got married and they have a baby. He's 2 now. And so this because of COVID, nobody's really got to be around the baby as much as we'd all like.
Yeah. Right.
So this Christmas, they are hosting Christmas for her family and our family,
Oh
my
wow.
nephew. And it's kind of exciting. I love her family. They're very down to earth. And I think it'll be good for my sister. It's she's the grandma and she's having a hard time. It's almost like you lose a child when they get married in some ways,
Yeah.
especially when you have the son.
Yeah.
So this will be good for her. I'm hoping that, she feels comfortable to spend more holidays with them.
Right.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, who
Wow.
knows what will happen? There's going to be about 15 people.
Okay.
It's going to be
That's
quite
great.
interesting.
Just
Yeah.
remember to protect
Protect your
yourself.
yes.
And that's what I think we should tell the people
Yeah. Tell
listening
me
today.
your tips because I know what I do, but I want to hear what you do.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, this is great because I love learning. So I can't wait to hear yours. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and what I usually do is, and this is true of, and this can be true for like when you go shopping into the mall, because this changed everything for me because I couldn't go to the mall before I realized I was an empath. This is many, many years ago before I started doing spirit work. I would go into the mall and within like 15 minutes, I'd be like, I've got to leave. I can't handle this. Right. I didn't
Yes.
realize I was an empath. Right. So once I realized I was an empath and I started to open myself up and I started, developing my spirituality, I learned about, which I know you know about, the bubble of protection, right?
Yes, that's what I use.
Yeah, So anytime you're in a group of people, whether it's family, whether it's going to the mall, whether it's going to, I shouldn't say the name of the store, but there's this one store that if I walk in and I forget, I'll either cry in the middle of the store or something, right? So the bubble of protection is when you just imagine. And it can be any material. It can be an actual bubble. It can be plexiglass.
Glass.
It can be anything, whatever you can imagine. You imagine
Brick
this
wall.
big bubble coming all the way around you, going to the top, to the bottom.
Right.
And nothing, no negativity, no comments that
Only
people make.
love can get through. Only
Yeah.
love.
Only love can get through. You're so right. So right. And it changed everything for me when I learned about that.
Me too.
Oh gosh.
I literally learned about that about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And I was teaching my son at the time. He was about 4. And I was teaching him and then he said his bubble popped.
Oh no.
So then we did an egg for him.
Oh, there you
But
go.
then the egg cracked. He's
Oh,
such a smart
no.
little boy, right?
Yeah,
So then we
really.
did an unbreakable glass.
Right.
It's not breakable. Nothing can get through it or penetrate it. Nothing can break it. The
Yep.
only thing that
Yep.
can get through is love.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we do
Yep.
have a question here. Let's
Oh, I
put this
see.
on. So it says, question about protecting yourself. Can you set boundaries with a deceased family member who was abusive to you? Could you ask them for privacy and for them to leave you alone? Absolutely. And they will listen. They will respect it.
Mhm.
The key to that is you have to believe it. When you set that intention, it's
Yes.
not, I hope it works. It's like,
Mhm.
it will work.
Yep.
Because if you leave that little bit of room open, they're going to push because they
Mhm.
think, oh, well, she didn't say it for sure. So you have to really set that intention, believe it, and know it.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yes.
yes, they will respect our wishes because that's universal law, basically, as far as
Yep.
I'm concerned. What
Yep.
about you? Do you believe that, Lauri?
Oh, 100%. And we have to, and this is one of the biggest things when I talk to people, and people come to me for this type of advice a lot.
Yes.
And whenever I am talking to them, you just like, I feel like that I have to empower, people when we're talking to them. So KB, I want to tell you, you need to know that you have complete control
Yes.
over your interaction with the people in the spirit world. You have complete control. When I first was told by my guides that I have a gift, they said to me, this is like a long time, this is like 20 years ago. They said to me, you have a choice. You can move forward or you can turn it off. And
Mhm.
I'm like, well, hell yeah, bring it on. But that's a choice, right? So you have a choice, but you need to know and believe, as Kelley said, you need to believe with every fiber of your being that you are protected by that love and that they
Yes.
can't get in if you don't want them in.
And so
Now,
here's another. Go ahead.
oh no,
Sorry.
I was just going to say there may be another time in your life when you want to deal with,
And then you can.
and then you can.
So
Absolutely.
she says, this is great to know. Thank you. Do you
Yeah.
have to see them in heaven if you don't want to? Here's the thing about that. This is my belief.
Mhm.
If there's a reason you don't want to see them because they hurt you, you need to do that healing now before you get there.
Yeah.
And we are not evil, but like our souls are not evil, but human traits has evil in it, right? We were born super beautiful, like perfect, right? But then the human trait is like our environment, whatever it is that makes us do bad things. But our soul, when we die, we're not that evil person anymore. That's a human trait. So just because you don't want to see them now, when you do your healing and your life review, you're going to see them again, whether you want to or not. It's part of your journey. They were part of your journey for a lesson to learn. And whether that be they hurt you, it doesn't matter. They were still part of your lesson. You're going to learn from them and grow from them. And you will probably see them again. It won't be scary though, and it won't be hurtful. It's going to be a beautiful thing, and it's going to be like this pain is lifted out of you. So you can do that work here or you can do it over there. It's up to you. It's your journey. But it's your choice.
Yeah.
If you don't
And
want to see them, it's just a longer life review for you, right?
yeah. Well, here's another little point that I started to realize a few years ago. When somebody that abused you, specifically, abused you or did you serious wrong, when they are coming to you, it's them trying to get your forgiveness.
And help us on our journey
Yep.
of forgiving ourselves, because a lot of
Exactly.
times when we're an abused child and
Mhm.
as an adult, we hold on to guilt like that's our fault.
Absolutely.
And so they're trying to help us find peace on our own journey. I
Yes.
was
Yep.
severely raped and molested before age 5 or 7
Oh my
several
God.
times by several different people.
Oh my
And
gosh.
yeah, the first one as early as age 2.
Ugh.
And one of the abusers was our babysitter, and she was horrible. She did horrible things to me and scared me, and I was so terrified for years. So when I started to develop, she came to me,
Ah,
and I wasn't ready. And I said, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
to deal with you right now. I'm
Yeah.
just at the beginning of my development journey.
Mhm.
And I said, when I'm ready, I will call for you.
Yeah.
And that's how it works. And I have since forgiven her and moved, because she was also an abused child. I've since
Mhm.
found out just from my development, right? And
Oh,
connecting
wow.
with her. And so she was just repeating patterns that she knew. She was damaged herself. So she's on her own journey on the other side now.
Yeah.
And I've
Right.
forgiven her because
Yeah.
we're just we do what we can in this world. And some of us, can pull ourselves out and some can't.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean when we get to the other side, we're not available to do the healing work.
Yeah.
You
You're
know,
amazing, Kelley. Oh my gosh.
I
The
don't know if
work
I'm
that you
amazing. I'm a mess, but I love my mess.
your work that you have done on yourself and the help that because I know you help so many
Oh,
people.
thank
That's
you.
amazing. So I just,
Well, people don't like to talk about the abuse
yeah.
and they don't like to talk about their childhood trauma. And it makes people uncomfortable. But
Mhm.
I feel like it shouldn't be that way. And we should talk about it so that we can let go of it.
Right.
And so I openly talk about it, which makes people in my family uncomfortable,
Yeah.
because there's a
Well,
lot
because
of
you got
trauma.
hurt and they
Well, and
feel
not just
yeah.
me. I mean, I'm one of 5 kids. We were all, to some extent, abused
Yeah.
because we had parents that were not good parents,
Mm.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to hide it or be ashamed because I love who I am. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't be who I am and be the sensitive soul that I am had I not gone through that trauma. That
Right.
trauma has helped me help others. And
Yeah.
I'm proud of it. I
Mhm.
wasn't a
Mhm.
child and I had no choice. When I was old enough to make decisions, I was able to say no and fight back,
Yeah.
and take
Right.
charge.
Yeah.
But that wasn't something anybody taught me. That was innate. And I was strong, thankfully, because I had a connection to my angels and all of that. But not everybody does.
Yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
they're not taught or known those things. And I came here for a reason.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. What an amazing, that's such an amazing, and that I'm sure you didn't even scratch the surface, but what an amazing story, you
Oh,
know?
thank you.
Wow.
Yeah, I
That is,
mean, we should be ashamed of what happened to us as children. And
yeah.
we should talk about it because if we don't talk about the past, it can be repeated.
Yeah. Right. Right.
And honestly, I grew up in Los Angeles in the 70s. There was a lot of child abuse. It was
Mm.
very rampant in Los Angeles County.
Oh,
Teachers, the beach, lifeguards,
yeah.
police, all the people that
Jeez.
we trusted were doing
Yeah.
these things. It
Wow.
was a
So what does
huge
that
problem.
do to you? Oh
Well,
my
I'm
gosh.
not the only one. I know just about everybody I grew up with in LA
Mm.
were all went through similar, lifestyles as I did, similar
Wow.
abuse as I did. I'm not the only one, but I feel like I'm the only one that really talks about it openly and it still
Yeah.
makes my friends uncomfortable. But I
Yeah.
hope that someday like they're okay to like talk about like their abuse and
Yeah.
not be ashamed
Yeah. Jeez, you're
because
so open. Oh my goodness.
I
I
know,
mean,
but I feel like I have no filter sometimes and that kind of freaks some people out.
yeah.
But I but I'm
That's
like, you
probably
know
why I
what?
like you so much.
But you know what though? I'm not ashamed of it. Like I
Yeah.
am who I am. I'm not going to change. This is the
Mhm.
way I am. I am going to grow and be a better person. I will work on those changes, but the
Mhm.
the soul, like the core of who I am is
Mhm.
this is who I am.
Yeah. You
You
know
know?
what's really cool too? Barbara wrote down at the bottom on her, in a comment, she goes, talking about it lets others know that they are not alone. That
Yes.
is so, so true.
I really believe in this the 50s, 60s and 70s there was so much maybe even before that, so much abuse going on.
Yeah.
And then it's really important that we talk about it so it doesn't happen again.
Correct. Yep.
There was so much dysfunction going on in families back then. It's a real
Yeah.
breakdown. Everybody talks about how families were so perfect back then that they really weren't.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
just a picture that they put on, but
Yeah.
inside it was a scary place.
Well,
You
what's so interesting is that the version that we have of that now is social media,
yeah.
because nobody posts pictures. Well, most people don't post pictures of anything other than them smiling and laughing and having a good time. So they're putting out the idea that that their life is perfect when they could be crying inside.
And
So
I love to share on social media my pain, and so does my niece, and I love that about her. And
Yeah.
my sister is always like, she's too open. You don't share that stuff. And I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
What is wrong with it? Why, if that's your forum for
Mhm.
sharing your pain, you're
Yeah.
helping other people. Do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Because people need to know that they're not alone. People need to know. And the holidays, you know, there's so much abuse that went on in my childhood that, I mean, thankfully, I don't have to be around any abusers, but there's a lot of families that still get together with uncles and aunts that were abusers,
Yeah.
right? And they have to sit there and put on a smile and be fake.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Let's be
Right.
real. Let's be honest. Let's tell the truth
Mm-hmm.
and peel that Band-Aid off, because it doesn't help
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Well,
know?
you know what, too? What's interesting about that, Kelley, what's really cool about that is that I'm sort of thinking about the throat chakra, you know, and how that what that means, you know,
Oh, yeah.
speaking and living and being your truth.
Yeah.
That is one, I mean, that is a core thing of the throat chakra. And I just find that to be so beautiful, you know, that, you know, in order to keep yourself balanced.
Balanced. Yeah. You know, and it
That's
took me a
amazing.
long time to find my voice, Lauri.
Yeah.
It took me a long time.
Mhm.
As a matter of fact, when I did find my voice, I went from being sweet, nice Kelley to that bitch people would call me. And I think that
Oh, no.
that's frustrating, because when women speak up, we're authoritative, or we stand up for ourselves,
Yes.
then we're called something else. That's our
Yes.
society, right? But
Mhm.
really what we're doing is we're saying, no, I'm not going to tolerate this anymore.
Yeah.
You know, that was the end of my first marriage when I got my voice.
Mhm. Oh God, there you go.
He did
Woo!
not like that. He liked that little Miss Kelley that was like, whatever you like, I'm okay with whatever, because I
Yeah.
didn't have a voice. And you
Yeah.
know what made me strong was my own children. Like having
Mhm.
a daughter, having a son that needed me. I
Yeah.
knew that I had to find that voice, and I had to learn to speak up. And of
Yeah.
course, you know, when in the beginning, I'll admit it, I went way overboard with speaking up.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, but you know what?
But I found my
That's your
balance.
journey.
Yes, I found my balance, and
Mhm.
it did save my life,
Yeah.
because I needed to do that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, you know, don't ever be ashamed of your story, of what you have to say, of what you've been through. Don't ever be ashamed, and don't ever hide it, because when you're hiding it, then you're not really acknowledging it and letting it go,
Yeah.
you know?
Wow, look at some of these comments. This is amazing. So Barbara says, I was in my mid-20s when I shared my trauma in front of hundreds of people. That's like, that is some serious, wow. That's,
Yeah.
you go, girl. You know?
And
And then
then
KB, go ahead. Sorry.
then no one taught me to speak up for myself, and I was easy bully target. Yeah,
Oh,
me too. You
so
know,
sorry to hear that.
it's
Mm.
difficult, but I really, really feel like, you know, my mediumship, all of it has to do with my journey. You know, it's made me who I am. I've always had my gift, and I think that I've
Mhm.
always been guided by my angels, and I'm so blessed. And so
Yeah.
my goal really in life is just to really help other people find that voice, find that peace, find that, you know, acknowledgement in their calling in life. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of my calling by sharing my story.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've been through a lot, Lauri. I mean, even in
Yeah.
my adult life, I
Yeah.
don't know how many people have been through what I've been through and
Mhm.
survived and look normal. I mean, I think I look normal, but you know, like,
You're very normal. I never would have known any of this stuff.
I
Oh
mean,
my
you know,
God.
my first
But here's the
husband tried,
question. What
yeah,
is really normal? I mean,
I
oh
know,
my God,
right?
you know?
Right? Yeah, my first husband tried to murder me and stalked me for years.
Oh my
He
God.
would break into my home, everything. Like, it was a scary time, and he was an ex-cop. I had to break free from that.
Wow.
You know, I mean, I've had quite a journey,
Have you
because
written a book?
I'm writing it. That's
You
why I'm
really?
taking time off, Lauri. That's why I've decided to put all my readings aside. I'm just focusing on events, teaching, workshops, and writing.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
year's my goal next year. So every year, January, I come up with a new goal to face a fear.
Okay. Oh, I love that.
So this year it's going to be to write my book on my own, to do my best, you know,
Yeah.
and see what happens. So that's what
I
I'm working on all of next year, is
I
to
love that.
put my story together in an inspirational way to show people. Yeah, KB, I have no clue. I've been wanting to write this book for 15 years. Like I said, this is a new goal. We'll see how it
Yeah.
goes. Maybe it's one of those things where I sit down and it just comes out,
Yeah.
but maybe it takes me the whole year. Maybe it takes me 2 years, but I have a lot to say.
There's a lot. It sounds like that there is a lot to say, of
But
course.
I mean, I want people to know, like, life isn't easy, but it's still beautiful and we can make it beautiful. Like, we're in charge.
Yeah.
When I figured that out, like, I created the life I want. And I
Yeah.
have an amazing husband and I have an amazing family, and things aren't perfect, but I love my family,
KB goes, chop, chop, girlfriend.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I want to help others because, there was really nobody that told me these things. And I
Yeah.
wish that there was. I wish somebody had come to me when I was 15, 16, 17, 18.
Yeah. That's, you know what?
And shared their story, of
Yeah.
recovery, in a sense,
Yeah.
of how
Right.
you overcome these things and still become a whole person. Right?
Okay. So on a way smaller scale,
Yes.
I decided, because you're motivating me. Okay. I don't know about you guys that are listening, but I'm totally motivated. Right. So what I'm going to do is, because I've just talked about this, is that on Christmas, well, it's actually Christmas Eve, when I go over to the family's house, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be comfortable. And I'm going to be comfortable in the clothes that I have on. I'm going to allow myself 15 minutes to figure out what I'm going to wear. I'm going to time myself, because you know what? That's what we need to do. We need to set. And I was thinking that full moon is a really good time to create an intention. So there we go. So and again, I get way smaller scale, but
I
creating
love it.
I'm creating an intention for myself, for me. So there you go.
I'm wearing my pajamas that I got at Costco. It's a black sweatsuit, but they're super soft and comfy, so it doesn't look like jammies.
Oh, I
And
love
I
that.
think I look really good in them, and they're so comfortable.
Oh my God.
And
Do it.
nobody's going to
Oh,
know
take
that I'm wearing
pictures.
jammies. No one's going to know. Well, now
Right.
they are, because I just told the whole world, right? But my family doesn't listen to my stuff, so I'm not worried.
Yeah. But you know
But
what
that
is
was my
really,
plan. I got
you know
them at
what's
Costco. If anybody wants good jammies, go to Costco.
I'm in. I'm going to go over there tomorrow, I'll tell you, But you know what's really interesting is that I think the common sort of denominator about all of this is that a lot of this stuff is what we make of it in our heads. Like for me, it's like my brain goes to, and I get way smaller scale, but like it's me thinking that people are going to judge me. People aren't going to like me. People are this, people that, people this, that,
And
and
we need to rewire that.
yes, we need to
Yes.
stop that. And that's what the whole goal should be, is to not listen to that. I call them the committees in there, right? I'm not
can
listening
name
to the
it.
committees.
Mine's Gertrude.
Yours what?
My voice in my head's Gertrude. The one I don't
Gertrude.
like. I don't like her.
Yeah.
I told her to be quiet.
Go for it. I mean, just tell her to be quiet. Quiet, Gertrude.
Shut up,
Oh my God, how I
Gertrude.
love that.
I mean, it's a horrible. I hope it's nobody's name out there, but it's not a very nice name. Sorry, anybody. So that's why I named my.
But you're
my
allowed to
negative voice
choose whatever.
Gertrude.
You're allowed
Yeah.
to choose whatever name you want.
So yeah, I'm always telling Gertrude to be quiet, and then as soon as I get a negative thought in my head, I immediately find the opposite, the positive thought to match it and rewire it.
Yeah.
And I do it so much now that it's just like instant.
It's instantaneous.
It took a lot of training, but I've been doing it for a good almost 15 years now, and it really does work. And I really have rewired my brain.
Yep.
I can say that. I used to have a lot of negative thoughts from the way I grew up and the abuse and things like that.
Yeah.
I really honestly didn't really come into who I was and my full self until about 15 years ago.
Wow.
I was still pretty dysfunctional and so I wasn't. I was the best mom that I could be for my older two, but I wasn't a perfect mom. And for my younger one, I have to say I'm definitely a different mom for him.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, age too
different.
comes into
Well, yeah,
play.
and a good husband. He has a different dad, a
Yeah.
husband that cares.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was definitely. So I'm always, you know, apologizing to my children, but they know that I love them.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
just, you know, I was a control freak because that was the
Yeah.
only thing I felt like I had control over.
Right, because you couldn't control the other stuff. So you
No.
had to, that's really interesting, you know, really
Yeah, and
fascinating.
I always think that my younger son came to me for a reason, and he was part of my journey because he is on the he's on the autism scale, and
Mhm.
he wasn't like the other kids as a baby. He never slept where the other ones would sleep,
Mm.
and he was nonstop 24/7.
Oh my
And I
goodness.
could never be anywhere on time where I used to be always 15 minutes early because I'm such a control freak,
Yeah.
you know, and sometimes we just had to cancel and we just couldn't do things because of him.
Yeah.
And he really forced me out of my comfort zone and pushed me on the spiritual journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
He's my
Like, you
teacher.
wouldn't have been where you are now had you not had these series of events, you know,
Exactly.
good
Isn't
and bad.
life amazing? Right. Isn't life amazing the way it works? If you can look at those things in the past that
Mhm.
were painful and
Yeah.
how they led to positive things,
Yeah.
you know? And
That's
it's so
amazing.
weird. There's so many synchronistics in life,
Oh,
synchronistic
for sure.
meetings and encounters.
Mhm.
And if you really like lay it all out, it's just like, is this for real?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's just so amazing.
Yeah.
So we have so many comments. I didn't even take time to say hi to anybody because you and I are just like,
I know, because that's how we
I know. I love that. That's why I love being on here with you because it's so easy to talk to you. But I want to say hi to everybody that's joined us. Hi, Sue. Hi, Jessica. If you're still on. Hi, Tristan, Brenda, KB, Priscilla, Sharon. Who else? Barbara, Sue Lundberg, Needham, and let's see. I think that's it. I said hi to everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are going to open this up for a few readings. If
Yes.
anybody wants to do that, let me put a little invite in here for you guys.
I've
And
got my Sacred Forest cards, and I've got
yay.
my one of my new, well, of course, you know what, sometimes you pick a deck of cards and they're like, oh, these are like so amazing. So these are my two favorite cards, the Nature's Whispers and the Sacred Forest. So those are my big things.
Okay, I'm just typing. I love cards.
Oh,
I
yeah.
just got a whole bunch of really cool cards in Sedona. Oh my God, I went berserk.
Oh, I bet you did. Oh man,
I don't even
Sedona
use them in my professional readings.
Yeah.
I
Oh, no,
actually
I
am
don't
just
use
a
them.
card collector.
Yeah. I don't
have
use them in my readings either. I never use cards in
Me
my
either,
reading.
but I love having them, and I love pulling out my cards at a party with friends, or I
Right.
went to this grief group, and at dinner I pulled out all my new cards and I was doing readings
Yeah.
like that way.
Well,
It
you
was
know
really
why?
fun. It was
Because
fun.
those that are not mediums and aren't light workers, it's something tangible that you can
Yeah.
see and feel and look at, you know?
It
It feels
activates your intuition.
Yes.
It's a
Yes.
tool.
Yes.
And
It is.
I don't like to read the instructions. I
Oh,
just go
no,
off
I
of the
never do
card
either.
from what I feel. Oh, look at share.
Shari.
Can I click on this? Why won't it work? There we go. She says, "Can I have a card, please? I have been listening to your show. Why don't you want to pull her a card?"
Sure, absolutely. I'm gonna pull a Sacred Forest card. And I
Ooh,
call this my fairy deck. I
I
don't know.
love
Are you
this.
familiar with Denise Lynn?
I don't know. It's
Oh my
possible.
gosh. She's like a shaman and a medium and intuitive. She is so amazing. She's so great. But she created this deck, and I know she created this in the highest vibration. So I just love her. Okay, so Shari, this is for this is such a great card. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I pulled the Enchanted Fern Grotto, and it says refuge.
I love it.
Okay. So Shari, I feel like this is going to sound kind of crazy, and give me yeses and nos and let me know if it makes sense to you. I feel like that you are almost kind of like being overstimulated lately. Okay. And, I feel like that. Okay. So let me just show you this again. Okay. I feel like that you are almost being sort of overstimulated lately. And I feel like that this that little thing that she is grabbing there, I
Right.
feel like that you're just really looking for the spiritual way of dealing with things, right? Because there's just a lot going on, okay? And what I feel like the message here is for you, Shari, is that take some time to self-care.
Yes.
Take some time to go sit by yourself, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Sometimes, if you just go into the other room or go take a drive for just a couple of minutes, it can change your perspective. Okay. And it can allow you to grab onto that meaning, that spiritual meaning that you're looking for related to the situation. So that's what
I
I'm gonna
love that. And I just want to add, Sherry, I feel like you have a hard time saying no to people. And it's really an important thing for you to practice is that self-care, but also
say.
learning to set boundaries with people in your life because you're too nice. And there can be too nice.
Yeah.
There is such a thing.
Yeah.
So I am going to bring on, where did she go? Sue. Let's bring Sue onto the screen. We had somebody else, but we lost them.
Hi, Sue. That's so awesome. Yay, there's like people.
Yes. Hi,
It's
Sue.
like you're live.
How can we help you today, Sue? What would you like, a reading or a question? What do you have?
Maybe a general reading. I'm settled, but then there's something that's coming up right now and it's throwing me in all different directions with my life.
Do you want to pull a card or you want me to go first and then you can pull a card?
Why don't you go first and then I'm gonna pull a card.
So look, have I read for you before, Sue, right?
Yes.
Okay, I what's the last name? I'm looking on here. Needham?
Needham.
Okay, that's what I thought. So I don't know if this is from memory or what, but I keep hearing about a move. So did you make a move?
I did.
Yeah. And I feel like it's been a really positive move, but there's still a little concern about it. Would you understand this?
Yes.
Because not everybody is adapting as well. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I do feel like, you're going to figure it out here real soon. I feel like things are kind of falling into place, but just not as fast as everybody would like. But I think that, with a little patience, it's all going to work out. That's what I keep hearing. Is your mother in spirit as well, Sue?
No, she's here with me.
Okay, so I have a female then on mom's side that feels like it's possibly a grandmother, mom's mom, that's coming through really to support and guide you guys. I do feel like this grandmother was like a mom to you as well. Do you understand this? And I feel like she's pretty stern. Like when she tells you something, she means it. Like she kind of like stands up for, or speaks up for things. And she's saying to be patient, be patient. That's what I keep hearing. Somebody's not patient. And I don't feel like it's you, Sue, who's not patient. I feel like it's somebody else. Do you understand this?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, I'm going to let Lauri pull a card and see what she gets.
Well, what's funny is that the card I pulled like works right in with this. Okay. So the card I pulled it says renewal of peace. Look how cute she is, the little fairy. But this is so cute. Okay, but here's the message I'm getting about this. And I know you said that you have a lot going on and that sort of thing. I'm really feeling like my guides are telling me that it would be so good for you to meditate. Do you meditate?
I try. I try, and I feel like, I could sit by myself and think about it. And then I always wonder, am I doing this right?
Well, there is no wrong way. I'm a meditation teacher. So there is no wrong way to meditate. Number one. Okay. What I'm feeling is, and it's so interesting because I just started talking to people about this recently, is that, sometimes people get all worried, like when they hear the word meditation, I'm supposed to meditate. No, I don't know what that means. You know what? Take away the word meditation. Just take it away and just say sitting in the stillness. Call it sitting in the stillness. And
I like that.
I know, right? Like how did we not think of this before? Because so many people have these things around the word. I personally have a thing around the word prayer. I feel like I have to be doing a certain thing in a certain way. I have to be religious and that thing and the whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But so for me, I gravitate towards the word meditation. But if that overwhelms you, you can go to prayer. You can go to sitting in the stillness, whatever it is. So bottom line is, what would be really great for you to do is to get some of that peace back, because I feel like that in your gut, and you can't see me doing this, but but I'm like, in your gut, I really feel like that there's a need for the stillness. There's a need for peace right now. And I really feel like, call it sitting in the stillness, and just go sit by yourself for 5 minutes. Start at 5 minutes.
Yep.
There is no wrong way to meditate. Okay. It's just a matter of giving yourself that gift of time. So that's what I'm going to say about that. I don't know. How does that sit with you? Does that?
It feels good. I mean, just to hear it and remind me I need to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You know, that's so funny that you say that about the meditation, because I'm that person that overthought the word meditation and obsessed over meditating for a year, trying to get my head to stop being quiet and all that.
Yeah.
And either I fell asleep during my meditation, or I sat and I remembered all my chores during my meditation. It took me a year to master it.
Well, here's the thing. There isn't, even when you fall asleep or you think you have all those thoughts while you're meditating, or whatever you want to call it, that is still meditating. Okay. I know that might sound kind of bizarre and weird to say, but that is still meditating. You're giving yourself the gift of time to sit in the stillness. If you continue to do it, okay, if you, and I know you already do this, Kelley, but even if you just constantly do it over and over daily, 5 minutes daily, start with 5 minutes, allow yourself that gift. And you know what? Eventually, what'll happen is you'll start sitting and you'll be like, oh, 5 minutes is going by really fast. Maybe let's try 10 minutes.
Yes.
Right. And then even if you are thinking of everything in the world and all the stuff you have to do in your life, or if you fall asleep, that's just part of it. I've been meditating for like 25 years and I still fall asleep sometimes. I still think about my to-do list, but then there are those times, like yesterday. Oh my gosh, I was doing a development circle at like 6 o'clock. Right. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to meditate. It was like 5:30. I'm going to meditate for 15 minutes. I did not want to stop. I was like, oh man, I have to do the circle, which I love doing the circle. Don't get me wrong. But it was like, there will be those days when it's just like,
it's overwhelming and exciting. I love that.
Yeah. So just don't put any thoughts to it. Don't, just do it. Just sit.
We don't need all those rules.
Yeah. No rules. Exactly. Thank you.
Take the rules out. We don't control this. We don't let it control us.
Yeah.
We just allow it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sue.
Thank you guys so much.
Happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays.
All right, I'm going to put you back in the little green room, and if you want to listen on the wherever you were listening before, you can do that.
Thank you, ladies.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Namaste.
So we have Maria and Kit, and then we have a couple people in that would like a card reading that are in the comments. What do you want to do first?
Whatever you have control. I don't have.
Let's bring Kit on. She was waiting, and no video, but we have sound. Hi, Kit.
Hello. Hi there.
How can we help you today?
Well, I think just 2 quick questions. I want to allow everybody else to get a wonderful reading from you ladies. So
Thank you.
I'm going to be straight to the point. So I'm curious. My question is, should I get a new personal injury attorney?
I keep hearing yes.
Yeah.
Like right off the bat, like what about you, Lauri? I mean, just yes popped in my head.
Right as you started speaking, my head was shaking. Yeah, I think it's time.
Yeah.
I feel like the old one is like, doesn't exactly, like, they're overwhelmed. Like whatever it is that's going on, it's a little too much for whatever they've been used to. Like they're not sure how to deal with it.
They're not organized.
Okay, because I definitely feel like they're not aggressive enough, and I feel like I'm doing the research work, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, I think they should be doing that.
Yeah,
and they're probably charging you for it. What's the second question, Kit?
Second question is about pain management, I am looking at either a red light or a Rife machine. And I was wondering if you thought either of those modalities might help with my pain.
I don't know anything about either one of them, but right off the bat, I hear red light. So I don't know. But I'm not familiar with either one of them. And I'm curious because I have pain too.
What was the second one you said?
A Rife machine, RIFE.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
It's alternative stuff, but it's
I
really
love alternative.
You know, I keep hearing something. I don't even know if this makes any sense to you, but I keep hearing something about like allergies related to this pain. Does that even
inflammation from the allergies? Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a can you understand that? Would that make any sense?
No, not yet. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine. No is fine. But I'm not scared to know.
Me either.
I don't know. I feel like something is like, have you ever heard of, I can't think of the name of it. Muscle testing. Have you ever?
Oh, yes. I do that all the time.
Okay. There's a thing that they use muscle testing. It's NAET, NAET. Okay. It's actually the lady's name, Nambudripad. Wow, this is coming out of nowhere. Spirit, thank you. That's an allergy elimination technique. I feel like, and allergy might not be like, hay fever or that sort of thing. You can be allergic to
food,
anything. You can be allergic to another person. You can be allergic to these cards. You can be allergic to all sorts of things, So
I'm affected by garlic and bell peppers and onions and all those things. They make my joints swell.
Yeah. And it's not even just that. It's like you can be allergic to your phone. I mean, you can be allergic to all kinds of weird things, So I don't know. Check out the allergy elimination technique stuff. I don't know. That's just where I'm getting from that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that before.
And and that's alternative. So it's pretty awesome.
Well, that was great. Thank you for coming on, Kit. We appreciate it. And thank you, Lauri. I'm going to check that out myself too. I'm going to put you back in the green room. Okay, Kit? So we have Maria. Let's just take her. And then, oh, wait, we have a little spammer here. We got a block user.
We do.
Sexy chat 69. Woohoo!
Good Lord.
I swear they never give up.
On Instagram, what's been happening on my Instagram lately, I keep getting these messages that they want me to sell their jewelry. I'm just like,
I know. And I'm like,
and it's like,
or some other weird product.
I know. It's like the weirdest
I'm
thing.
Not into that. I'm not that's not me. Well, let's bring Maria on. She's patiently waited here. Hi, Maria. How can we help you? You got to unmute. There we go. Hi. What kind? Would you like a reading, or did you have a question?
I don't know if she can hear.
Hi, Kelly. Hi, Laura. Hi. I have a question pertaining my son, and he's going through some mental health issues right now, so I'm not really sure how to maneuver the situation. So I was wanting to get some advice.
Now, may I ask you this? Is your son an adult?
Hi.
Or is he a child?
I don't think she can hear us.
Yes, he's 25.
Okay, you might have to turn us off on wherever you're listening.
He's an adult. He's 25.
Are you listening to this on Facebook? Because I can hear a little echo.
Yes, he's 25.
Can you turn that off?
I can't hear.
It's giving us feedback.
He's an adult. He's 25. Okay.
Yeah, it's delayed.
How do I do that?
I don't know. But we can't, because there's a big delay.
Okay, so she might.
We lost her.
You know what?
Well, hopefully she'll come back on, but I'm just going to give her a little feedback here. I do feel like, he's going through a difficult time. And I think the only thing she can do, because he is an adult, is really just make suggestions to him, because he's stubborn is what I'm hearing, and he doesn't want the help right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm hearing with him. But I do think he's going to figure this out. I do think he's going to get on the right track. And I just think that you as a mom have to just keep sending him healing, sending him love, and giving him, suggestions. And he's eventually going to find his way. That's what I'm hearing. What about you, Lauri?
Interesting. From a spiritual perspective, okay, I'm really getting that it would be really, really good. And I'm not saying this would be easy to do, but as you go through your life, keep giving it all up to spirit. Give up the whole situation as a whole.
Faith,
Keep giving it up to
everything.
spirit and just allow how it's gonna go through, how do I want to say that? Hold on. Sorry. I want to make sure I'm getting the words right, because I hope she's still listening.
I think she is.
However things play out, surrender to whatever spirit has for him and for you. If you feel like, use your gut instinct. Oh, there she is. Use your gut instinct, Maria. Use your gut instinct. If you're like really start to I feel like that this is supposed to be a time for you as well to sort of develop your own intuition
gifts,
and
yeah.
develop yourself spiritually as much as it is for you to help your son.
And I honestly feel he's a healer at heart, and he's fighting it. He struggles because he's an empath. He's a sensitive. And so the mental illness, I'm not sure what it is, but it almost feels like he is self-medicating for this mental illness, and he's not listening to the doctors. And I really just think if you take care of you and you have the faith and the trust in the universe and the spirit world and whoever it is, that your angels, your guides, that they are working behind the scenes, because you have a strong connection yourself to the angels and the spirit world, and you always have. I feel like you've always had blessings. Just have that faith that they're going to do what they can. So yes, this is correct. It's schizophrenia and had to get an RO in place. Yeah, and he's struggling with it. It's interesting. There's a lot of beliefs in other cultures about mental health, and how a lot of these things that we diagnose as schizophrenia, bipolar, and other things are really just healers at heart. And if we were able to teach them those gifts at an early age, that maybe they wouldn't be so struggling in life now. But our society doesn't do that or embrace that, unfortunately. Yeah. So I think if you can find and tap into your own spiritual side and have that faith, that if anything, know that things are happening the way they're going to happen, and he's going to find his way. That's what I hear.
Yeah. And you know what, let me say one other thing too. And this is not an easy thing to do as well. Sorry, I feel like I'm saying that a lot, right, to you, but
it's
when you're dealing with him or when you're thinking of him, always come as much as you possibly can. Come from your heart. Okay. Come from a place of love. And I'm sure you do as a mom. Of course you do. But I'm saying take it to another level as far as that place of love. Okay. Yeah. Like you may have to stop yourself before you respond to him or whatever, and just close your eyes just for a split second and say, love, love, love. Just say it to yourself, over again. I am love. I am the love that he needs. I am love. Whatever it is that feels right for you to say, and come from that place of love, because right now I'm really feeling the fear. Okay. I'm feeling the fear for him, for yourself. I'm just feeling fear in multiple different ways. Okay. So, so I just want to say the love part. So,
and
love trumps fear every time.
It really does. Whenever I get fearful, I just tell myself, well, why am I fearful? I'm leaving it to you, universe. I'm going to trust. And I let it go, because it doesn't serve us anything to worry or be fearful. It really doesn't.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave you with that. We're sending you lots of love and wishing you the best, Maria. Okay.
Yes.
And it's getting late. Let's pull one more card. So there was Priscilla here asked for this a while ago. she would love a card. Are you still on, Priscilla? If so, let us know in the comments, and we will pull a card for you. Hopefully you can validate or confirm what Lauri gets for you. Okay. So
right.
please comment in there so we know that you're still here.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
Sometimes people
fun.
leave.
I love this card. This card is one of my more favorites, right? I got the bear spirit. Oh, look, there she is. I got the bear spirit and healing. Look at that. And oh my God,
love that card. I love it.
Isn't that beautiful?
I want a bear now.
I know, right? I know, right? Okay, so what I'm getting about this for you, Priscilla, is that I feel like this feels like emotional healing that is taking place. I feel like that it's interesting because I feel like that you're going through some healing emotionally and spiritually, but I feel like that there's those around you that are going through healing. I don't know if it's because of an event or something that's happening, but I feel like that like everybody, it's almost like everybody in your family, everybody around you or whatever, everybody is going through some kind of healing, and it's all positive. It feels really, really good. And just be aware that you've got the bear energy with you. Okay. That overarching, like, I've got you, like bear hugs, and just that overarching feeling. Okay. And just know that. And I, it's so interesting because I'm going to say this again. I know I just said this to Maria, but love trumps all. Okay. Love is the most important thing. It's the highest vibration. So when you come from a place of love in whatever you're doing, you're always coming from a higher place. So that fear will go away, that jealousy, that rage, that all of that stuff will eventually dissipate if you can stay from a place of love. Go ahead.
And I love that. No, you said it all. I agree with everything, and it was beautiful. Do you want to pull one more card, and then I think we have to kind of end it because it's getting late?
I think let's do it for everybody, huh?
Yeah, let's do one for everybody. I like that. A holiday kind of reading.
A holiday card for the collective. Yay.
Yes,
okay, let's see what
I love that.
Oh my God, you guys, this is crazy. Oh, wait, Priscilla said, wow, yes, my daughter passed in 2020. It's been a really hard time for the family. Yeah.
Oh, I can imagine. I'm so sorry, Priscilla. Yeah.
Sorry.
It is no fun. Holidays are hard. I understand. I lost my son, and it's been 6 years. This is our 7th Christmas without him, and it's still hard.
I'm sorry. Yeah. She's
sending you lots of love.
Yeah.
Lots of love.
Yes, definitely. So, okay. So Angela just goes, yay, and everybody card. Yes. So check this out. And I did not look through and pull this. It came up with this. It came up.
Hope and happiness. Yay.
Isn't that
H&H.
freaking insanely cool?
And what a beautiful card.
Right?
I love that.
So look at the beautiful hair on the lady, and it's all like sparkly. And then down at the bottom, there are birds and flying. That is hope. That's what this time of the year is supposed to be about. We get so caught up in the stress of making sure everybody gets the right gift, or how much money am I spending, or like, am I doing the right thing? Am I saying the right thing at the party? Should I go to this party? Should I stay home? I don't like to go out. I want to go out. Nobody's asking me out, whatever. There's just so much, right?
Yes.
Let it go. Let it go and sit in the place of happiness, because the most important thing to me anyway is about this time of the year. When you think about what Christmas is, it's a time of hope and a time of happiness. Okay. When you think about Hanukkah, it's a time of hope. Hello, right? It's a time of hope. So that is what I'm saying to you. Push all of those other gotta do's and that stress aside. Allow it to sit in the side and sit in the place of hope and happiness. So.
Thank you, Lauri. That was so beautiful. For those of you who want to connect with Lauri, I've put her website down here, and I put it in the comments, so you can also find it in the comments.
Oh, I have a giveaway going on right now too.
Okay, tell us.
Oh, it's so exciting. Okay.
Yay!
I'm like, woo, yay. Okay, so if you sign up, if you go to my website, then and the little pop-up box, which I hate those pop-up boxes, but everybody says, yeah, they have a pop-up. Okay. So if you sign up for my email list, okay, it'll put your email down there. And on December 20th, I'm going to pick one of the emails, okay? And you get, whoever it is, gets a free 30-minute reading. So super excited about that.
Gift.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then in January, I'm my next spiritual development class is taking place.
Yay.
And that's sometime in January. I don't know the dates, but it's Saturdays in January. I don't know.
Well, they can find it on your website, right?
There you go.
So, and I have a free event coming up this month, and it is a mediumship demonstration online for parents who have lost children. So,
wow.
Barbara, definitely check that out. Go to my website,
That's amazing.
to my events page. I can't remember the link, but I'm going to see if I can post it here in the comments. Yeah, and then what you could do is sign up for that, and it's free to everybody who wants to join that has lost a child. Here, I'm going to get the link right now. I think.
Are you bringing through?
I'm doing a demonstration of mediumship. I won't read for everybody,
right?
But
okay.
I feel that everybody will get a message.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel that everybody will, get something from it, even if it's not perfect, like for you. Here's the link to my event.
Oh, good.
So,
you're going to put it there because I have somebody that I would like to send.
Well, please share it with them. It's a small group so far. I think I have about 30 or 40 people. So I think, I can get a lot of people in 2 hours. I'm pretty good at reaching the masses. So I do love doing these events. It touches my heart because I lost my son, and I know the holidays are difficult. And I used to do something on Mother's Day weekend because I lost my son Mother's Day weekend. But during COVID, it's been difficult, and I've started spending Mother's Day with my family, which I'm proud. I mean, it took me a while to get kind of past that. Yeah. And so now I thought, we should do a holiday one because the holidays have always been difficult for me.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out. All right. And
put that on Instagram. Are you going to put that on Instagram?
It's on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay, good.
Yeah, it's on my. So thank you everybody for joining us today. I will be back next week.
Cheryl will
and
be
I'm
back.
sure, and Cheryl will be back, and I'm sure Lauri will be on again sometime. we'll probably have her on again. We love Lauri. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lauri. I appreciate you, and have a wonderful week. And we'll see you next week.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.